Well, this is all the ingredients I'll be using today. I'm gonna be using cilantro, and I cut most of the stems off. And I'm using 4 guajillo peppers. And right here I have 1 tablespoon of pepper, 1 tablespoon of salt, and I have 2 tablespoons of Old Bay seasoning, and half a teaspoon of cumin. And we'll be using about 2 peppers of the chipotle in the can. And you could use as much as you want. This is just for heat, so if you don't want it spicy, you don't have to add the chipotle. And we'll be using 4 Roma tomatoes, half of a small onion, and 6 garlic cloves. And if you're not really a person that likes garlic, you could reduce the amount. And I'll be using 2 of these bags of large shrimp, and I'll be using a bag of mussels, a 2-pound bag, and the shrimps are 12 ounces. We'll also be using 6 potatoes, medium potatoes, and a pound of carrot chips. We want the potatoes cubed up. It could be cubed up 1-inch pieces, it could be smaller, it all depends on you. Well, what we're going to be making today is a shrimp and mussel soup. It's going to have a little kick to it. What we're going to start off doing is we're going to use 4 guajillo peppers, and you have to take all the seeds out. So what I did here was I grabbed, a pair of kitchen scissors and just cut straight down. Open them, and you want to take all the seeds out and the veins. You might want to use some gloves because sometimes these are spicy. Not all the time, but I would recommend using gloves. And try to get them as clean as possible. I boiled the tomato and the guajillo peppers for 25 minutes on high, and we can just set them aside until we use them. Here I already cubed up my potato, and I washed my carrots, and I peeled the shrimp. You could leave the skin on. I've heard that if you leave the skin on, the soup will have a better flavor, but I don't want to go through the hassle of peeling it when I'm eating. And I've also washed my mussels. So let's get started on the vegetables. We're gonna put our potatoes and our carrots in a pot with oil, and we're gonna cook them until they're almost fully cooked. This is the pot I'm using. I'm making a large amount of soup because I'm gonna have people over, but I just coated the bottom with oil, and I'm gonna wait for it to get hot to put the potatoes and the carrots. I have this on medium high, and the oil was hot already, so I put the vegetables in. You just want to stir this around. Add some salt and pepper, and then put the lid on it for about 3-4 minutes. While we put the lid on this, we're going to start on our sauce. So in our blender, I have the 4 guajillo peppers, the tomatoes. I put all the garlic and the onion. Then I added some of the chipotle peppers. I added 5 because I like my soup spicy. But you can add 1, 2, or you could leave it out. It's up to you. So we're going to grind this. And I put in 3 cups of water. Once we got our sauce done, we want to come back to our potatoes that you covered in your carrots. I added salt and pepper to that, and we're going to stir it around, and then we're going to put the cap on it for another 5 minutes. While your carrots and your potatoes are cooking for that extra 5 minutes, you can start chopping up your cilantro. Well, this is after another 5 minutes, and I'm going to put in the water now. I put in 3 quarts of water, and then we're gonna get our little salsa mixture, and we're gonna run it through a colander into here right now. Of the tomato or of the chili pepper. just want to do that. Kind of what you want. It's just all the pulp that's left up there. So we can let this get to a boil. We want it on high, and we're gonna let that get to a boil. Once our pot is boiling, our broth, we're gonna go ahead and add the condiments that we had over here. We'll add those in there. Smells really good. We'll give that a stir again. What we're waiting for is for the potatoes and the carrots to be cooked through, to be fully cooked. Once they're cooked, we can add our mussels and our shrimp. So after my potatoes were fully cooked and the carrots, I added the mussels and the shrimp and the cilantro. So we'll just cover that up for another 6 to 7 minutes until the shrimps are cooked. The mussels were already fully cooked, so we're just waiting on the shrimp to cook. It took about 3 minutes to cook. My shrimp is fully cooked already. You can turn the stove off. It's ready to serve to plate. Well, this is the finished product. I hope you guys enjoyed this recipe. You guys can add more salt to it than what I did. I went ahead and added more salt. I tried it. I needed a little bit more. Splash some lime on it, plate it up, and enjoy.